Hi everyone, I'm Tori Tomn, a dark fantasy author. My latest book was released on October 18th, and it says Confession. It's a dark fantasy romance about a hunter and a monster. It's a forbidden love, um, obsessed, MMC, um, dark and twisted plot twist, betrayal, secrets, and everything dark romance and dark fantasy romance readers love. Be sure to check it out. I'm here with Val to talk about my latest release and also share some behind the scenes and some future release news and things like that.
Lovely. So I can see that you haven't been worn out. How have you been lately? I can see that you are so tired from your voice because the last time we talked, you are so fresh and refreshingly so active, but this time you are just being so tired. Is this a tiredful marketing strategies, the things? Mhm. Is everything perfectly in place for your book launch? How are you feeling about the release of your book?
Yeah, it's kind of a bit difficult to launch new books when you're also a student. So I'm just trying to like mix student life with author life, and sometimes it's hard. But I try to plan my release like for those dates where I'm not like fully under big school pressure. So for those who don't know, I'm in university, so it like really plays a big role in also launching the books. But I managed just fine with my latest release, Saints Confession. Um, like I don't know what else can I say, but it was quite fun to write and release this book, and I was more prepared than with my first debut novel. Because back then, when I just published it on Amazon, I didn't know what author life was like, but now I'm more prepared for my future releases. So it gets better with time, I think, better with time and experience. Now,
Okay, so I think this might be too hard for you to do all of the things by yourself and all. So do you have a PR team on your side, like doing all of the marketing and all of the stuff? If you don't, then it's really going to be tiring.
I'm doing, yeah, I'm doing it all on my own, I think. I'm a bit of a control freak, so I don't really trust anyone with the things related to my books or anything. And I think for now I can manage it. Don't know about the next year because it's going to be my last study year, and there will be like a lot of exams and study pressure. But for now, I'm just managing it. So I think it's fine for now. But maybe in the future I'll be like gathering some people for a PA team. Because yeah, it's kind of difficult to be an indie author.
So, what inspired you to write this story? Was there any particular moment or idea that sparked it? No, I get this idea and I need to write this out, or I'm going to just create it, something like that.
Yeah, so I actually already answered that question, but I'm just going to repeat for those who maybe not have not seen the reel. That I was a huge The Vampire Diaries fan, and so when the show ended, and there was another show, The Legacy, and I was really so excited for Damon and Elena's daughter, but she never showed up, and I was obsessed with this story for years. Like, and it was before I became an author. But when I started writing books, I of course started with The Desert Past, which is a totally from a totally different series, but so when I was on a break from The Last of Us, I just decided that I wanted to try something new. And I just returned to this idea that I had a few years ago and decided to write it, but it was a bit different from what I imagined back then. So the story evolved into something totally new, and I think it's beautiful. It was really great to write it, and it's not as dark as the next book is going to be, so it was kind of great to write it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, literally. I never realized that this has something to do with the Vampire Diaries series. I mean, I definitely didn't know. I have read the arc. Everyone must have read the arc. They didn't know this has something to do with the series. This is literally a secret. I just realized it. I mean, I know the five are giving it up that this is something to do with the vampires, the hunters, and all, but this isn't exactly, I didn't realize it, except the name that's definitely the thing. And oh my god, I didn't realize it. This was so good. It just made the fantasy come true. I mean, it was literally so much of a fun for me to realize that this book is so good. This book is so good. But when I read the Vampire Diaries series and the books and the whole series that I watched, I wanted to know about more about the Elena and Damon because they were my favorite couples. One of the favorite couples, of course, Klaus and Caroline are the best because Klaus is the badass of this MNC. You can say that he is a just a character came from fantasies. After all, it was written by a woman. You can say that, right? The thing is that the book is so good that I just realized that you made my dreams come true. You know how? I'm going to tell you. Let me tell you. I was looking forward to know about one of my favorite couples having child and here, but I didn't realize that no one writes it. I realized it early, and some years ago, someone wrote it on Wattpad about the story ending, but it wasn't exactly good as it should be. And your version is so good. And I just realized that your version of this can be one of the things that could satisfy my fantasies. One of my oldest fantasies, though. It is. It is. So I'm so excited to look for. I'm so excited. Exactly. I'm so excited about the second book and about the little kid, the daughter of Suze and Stephanie. I mean, they are just so good. And the daughter could be one of the legacy's characters, if ever it is going to be. So any spoilers on that? I'm looking forward to it.
Like, I didn't plan to write about the kid, and it may be a spoiler for some of the readers, but anyway. So I didn't plan most of those events because, I just prefer to follow the story. Like one event leads to another and to another, and just like that, the whole story just unravels in front of you. And I didn't plan the ending. I didn't like. I knew what I wanted for the ending, but the epilogue, it was totally. I didn't plan that, but it was a great opening for the second book. So I think it was kind of intriguing. It was
Okay, so let's talk about the characters. How do you connect with them? Did any of them surprise you along the way or something?
so. before I started writing, I already knew that she would be that strong woman character in the book, and that she would be like a bit of a black cat, and he would be a golden retriever, and they would have that dynamic. And I had like the basic idea, but as I said, the story just unraveled in front of me, so their character growth sort of is still happening. So, um, yeah, it's like it all happened just so spontaneously. And yeah,
Right. Then let's say you could become a character of your own story. Which one would you choose? And you're allowed to fake a male too, if you fancy.
actually, I wouldn't be a possessive man. I think if I were one of the characters from my book, and if I were a male, I would probably just be Grayson, like chilling in the side and not be bothered with everything that's happening. Um, so I'll just be a fun side character and not like the main possessive one. Uh,
So why did you choose to be Grayson? I mean, is there anything particular except that he is lazy?
why did I choose to be Grayson if I wanted to? Like, um, I think if I were if I were Stephanie, I wouldn't be able to manage that much pressure and that much events, and I'll just
So you don't want to be Stephanie, but you put Stephanie in a place that she is going to be all by herself. I mean, isn't that too close to be?
yeah, I just don't want to be in her position. It's really hard. I don't know how she's managing it, and I know that women are really strong, and she's just one of those really strong women who can manage anything, even a literal monster. But I'd just be chilling in the side and like minding my own business, maybe. Um,
So how do you strike the balance between darkness and tenderness in your writing?
it's really hard, I think, because especially if you write books this dark, you need to manage when it's like a romantic soft moment or when it's something really dark and action. And I think it's also just comes with the story as the story evolves, and you can just have a few moments where those characters connect, and then there is something happening to keep the reader intrigued and wanting more. And I think it just like the story has a life of its own, and I'm just following it.
Okay, so that is the thing that I would like to tell. I'm not sure how others feel about possessive man in fiction, but for me, it's a bit complicated because possessive men are just too fictional for me. What's your take on that? Do you think writing them requires a certain kind of experience? I know it's all fiction, but sure, research alone isn't enough. You need something real to draw from. Don't you?
Yeah. What's my take? Yeah, on dark possessive men. Um, so I think everything we write in books actually comes from human nature. Like we people also have that possessiveness over things and people, and it is more darker. It's darker and harsher in books, in especially in fiction or dark romances, and there is that line just blurs, and you can see like some like male man characters or sometimes even female like unaliving those people who they think threaten um their partner or like out of jealousy or other stuff, and you just I think there is a line there also in fiction, but it is really too romanticized in their romance, and but it really all stems from human nature and our own jealousy and possessiveness, and it only amplifies in books. So I think every story is just also comes from human experience and human nature. Mm, I don't know. I don't really have anything real to draw it from, but like we have a lot of fictional men who are possessive and a lot of people who are as well. So I think I just like envisioned Jace being the same. So um,
Okay, the next one is a bit personal. I hope you don't mind me asking. Have you ever been in a relationship yourself?
oh, so yeah, it's a personal question, but I can respond. And no, I have never been in a relationship, and it may sound weird to be an author and never have that experience, but I think, as most things in fiction, love also can be portrayed by someone who has never experienced that. But I don't really think that it's a bad thing that I never had actually that experience, but I can still write it because the story is like it's not about me or my experience, it's about those characters and portraying their struggles, their experience, their lives and what they're going through. So I just like focus on right now I'm just focusing on my books, on my studies, so I don't really have time for any kind of romantic relationship.
When I read the book, I can see that. Well, Stephanie and Jess were just like Mickey and Mouse. They have chemistry, but it is not about the smarties romance. It is all about the, I don't know, maybe fighting all the time and going against each other's will, something like that. And the thing is that I like Stephanie more because she is a career woman. She doesn't need and care about any man. She has her own choice, she is a strong woman. I like that about her, and she has never been in a serious relationship. That's a good thing. I like that. I hope you guys don't mind it because I am also a career woman who likes to pursue her career, not exactly going for a man and love like relationship. It is all about the fiction. I like that in books, but not in real life.
Like Stephanie, she was never in a serious relationship.
So, was there any particular theme in your book made you cry or smile while writing it? I mean, there are some of the scenes that I almost got emotional. So, did you get emotional while writing it?
I think the last chapter was the most emotional for me. I don't know how for my readers, perhaps yes as well, but for me it was emotional because I knew what would happen afterward and to what consequences it would lead. So, it's a bit different when you already see the whole story in your head and you know um, what this moment means. It has a different impact on you. And sometimes it's really, really hard to write moments like that because it literally affects your mental health sometimes, and being an author is not an easy job. Fine. Everything just changes. That was also emotional. And yeah,
So, is there anything else you would like to share with the reader about the journey of writing the book and anything else from your heart?
first of all, I would love to thank them for their support for me and for my book. And I would like to tell them to be prepared for more, because everything that they probably read in Saint's Confession or The Death of Us, it was just like a prologue to those stories. And it was not even half as dark as everything that will be following. So I just um, would love to tell them to be strong and everything will be all right in the end. Don't worry. But the emotional turmoil is going to be really, really high. So I'm really grateful that you're all here with me and going through this journey and following the story of Stephanie and Jace. So really big thank you.
So, what is your favorite part in the book? Would you like to share it with us? I mean, it can be
So
anything,
I
right?
think my
We
favorite
do love a great bit of spice, though.
um my favorite from the book is the first half of the book, because it was really light and witty, and I had a lot of fun writing all of those conversations and banters. But when it came to the second half of the book, it was quite dark and hard and difficult. But the first half is really my favorite, I think.
In the whole book, what is the most spicy thing do you think?
Yeah. So I think every interaction uh, between Jace and Stephanie is my favorite, because they just go from really light and witty situation to really dark and spicy in a matter of seconds. So
Okay, so the last question will be when we can expect your next book from Scent of Confession series, because I know there will be, because I have read the arc and the little girl at the end stole my heart with her little line. I want to know, and I guarantee there must be many readers who wanted to know when we can get the next book in the series.
so the next book from this duet, you'll have to wait a bit longer, because I still haven't even set to write it, because I'm currently focusing on the Deathful series. So I think you can expect it next year, maybe in autumn. Hopefully, we'll also arrive the second book. But yeah,
Any cheeky spoilers that we can get from you about the next book in the series? I mean, a little bit will be okay though.
mm, I don't even know what to tell you with how to tell you this without spoilering, but this is going to be intense, and there will be secrets unraveled in there, and you'll have all of the answers that you didn't get from the first book. So just
So last but not least, it's really great to have you on the channel, Tori. I really miss the fact that we had a long and very great time together. But literally, I have to ask you there, how did you like the interview? I know it is a bit uncomfortable to ask this, but did you get comfortable throughout the interview?
um I'm really grateful to be here and be able to talk about my book. It's really a great opportunity to me, and I'm grateful to you and to this show for bringing my book to light. And it was really great talking to you and answering your questions. Mhm.
Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap this up very quickly. Thank you so much for staying to the last of this show and Tori to sharing so much of information with us. But one more thing that I would like to share it with you guys that this book is literally so good and I'm not lying because the book itself is spicy, but not to the extent, not too high, not too low, just the right amount. The vampire in the back and the hunter in the front, you guys can guess how good it'll be. And one more thing that I would like to let you know, guys, that we're going to have another show soon, and you can guess the guest who it will be. And if you want your favorite authors to be on the show or your readers, you guys can drop your favorite books and author names, and I'll try my best to get them on the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.